What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Spearhead transmission. It's September 20th, 2017. It's time to break those chains and water that tree. What's going on YouTube? If you're watching on YouTube, make sure and subscribe and thumbs up and ring the bell. Swing the balls.
Make us virtual millionaires so we can at least buy a cable for a GoPro camera so you don't look like you're
a ghost.
Yeah. This, you know what? That's what we need to do. Is we need to have a telethon for us as unfortunate, so we can.
You remember telethons?
You can raise money.
Probably like a movie you wanted to watch, and cut scenes and a bunch of people answering phones in the background. Yeah. If you call in now, we can keep programs like you're watching playing. Please pledge $10, $20, $15.
And then they would have like they would cut to like a live act and be a clown shooting a cap gun or something. You'd be like, "What the? Yeah. This is he's a local clown from."
Bleachers set up though with people on telephone, those phones with the white, all the white buttons and that one red button. What was the red button?
Hang up the cut. Like I'm not pledging it.
Yeah.
Dang.
Oh man.
That's what we need, though. We need a telethon.
I've thought about this before. So, you know, you see things that say enter. Like I entered into I guess it's coming up. I got an email that said enter to win a brand new. It's like a $1,500 radio from Gigaparts, this ham radio store. It said you could enter, and then it had some other things. So I just entered, right? So I was like, I'm not going to win it, but I'm not out anything. Have you ever, in your entire existence of people that you interacted with, known anyone that's won anything from one of those things? Like, I think it's bullshit.
Like where you write your name into a card and then put it in there?
I remember when I was a kid, Skull, you know, the dip, they had a giveaway for 2 Humvees. And I got my mom to enter. I was like, enter, I can feel it, I'm going to win that Humvee. You know? So I was like 15 or something like that, 14. And I mean, I remember just waiting until it was drawn, right? Because I was like, I'm going to win that fucking Hummer. I'd be driving around with a brand new Hummer at school. And of course, my dad just like crushed it. He's like, it's going to cost a fortune to insure that. You know? Like, but,
don't ruin it, Dad.
But I've never met anyone that's won one of those like giveaway anything ever, or known anyone that's even talked about like, oh yeah, my aunt that lives in Northern Maine won a giveaway from Pepsi one year.
I don't like one of those big ones. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think they. I don't think I've ever seen anybody win one of those big ones. But I do know Deb. She's won stuff like that.
Deb.
So that's a woman that I know.
Oh, do I know?
Yeah, but secret.
She has won stuff?
Yeah.
Like what? Like
and she's once she won a trip to Las Vegas. She's won multiple things. She did one on those call-in radio shows.
Really?
Yeah. That's where she won all the time.
This is bogus. So think of that. So I entered to win.
I think she won like $20,000 once.
How can you multiply win things? It's ridiculous.
Over the years.
It's harder for me to believe than Narubu.
You know what? Narubu. That's an island in the middle of the Caribbean.
We're
headed to Narubu.
I entered to win this ham radio.
I don't know how many times she's won, but she's won multiple times.
But I don't know how to check to see who won it. They could be like, oh yeah, man. Sam Johansson won. Where's he live? Oh, he lives in Ohio. Columbus.
Ava Danger won.
Yeah. He won. Like, what? I have no way to know. So they just have this big thing like, oh yeah, giveaway. Win some free shit. Enter in. Put your email address in so we can spam you with nonsense. No one's going to win a fucking thing.
I don't know. You might win. Now that you think you won't win.
I need to get Deb to sign up. Ham radio. I got one of those fucking like pimples in your mouth. You ever get those?
And you got to dig at it. Dude, that's great. I hope our listeners, or I hope our, you call them watchers? Oh, viewers.
Tune out on YouTube to see me dig in my mouth with a straw. So we skipped last week. Didn't get many complaints about skipping, but it happened. I thought you were going to have a stand-in guest for me.
I tried.
I did read something on the website today because one of our previous guests was going to be on the podcast, Ed from Edge Manifesto.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw where someone commented and said, good, because the last time you were on, and he just blanked out the name, he said, I got cancer of the ears. I could only assume that means our podcast. It made me feel good to read that, but I asked him. And I admit I was on Facebook because I was looking for posts on Pecos. Running gun to see if there were pictures or anything up on it. And that was on there. So.
Wait,
hopefully.
Does that mean that's a good thing or a bad thing?
I don't know. I want to know if it's us or not.
I
mean, I've heard other podcasts that are way worse than this. I mean, this is pretty much podcast gold.
Yeah. Fuck off if you don't like this.
Can't be around this long.
Yeah. Exactly.
Side job.
It's not like we do this professionally.
Quarter job. So, hey, you didn't have anyone stand in?
They bailed.
So I went to Pecos Running Gun last week and I was stressed the fuck out last week, man, because I had to get my grass seed down.
Okay.
My fertilizer. Had to get my yard aerated.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking ended up sawing my hand in half with a ratchet strap with that aerator. Had to get all that done. Had to get my sprinkler fixed. Needed to zero my rifle with new ammo. Needed a pack for this trip. And I had Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday to do it.
Did you get it all done?
No. So I got everything done except zeroing my rifle, which should have been a primary concern since I was going to a running gun.
Right.
But I was focused on the fact that we shot previously, and I had shot those rounds through there, and there wasn't much difference in my zeros, a little bit. So I get out there and I put up got out to Texas in the desert, and I put up a target and I shot at it, and it was a little high. I was like, I'm not touching it, whatever. Fuck it. So I ended up running that course with the 55 grain full metal jacket instead of my beloved
green tips.
Old
green tip.
And I did pretty well. It was a good course. It was hot. Here's the deal though.
I sent a text to Al. Al said he said he ran, and it was like when I got the text it was almost noon.
He ran in the morning.
Yeah,
he started out the door.
Yeah, it was almost noon, and then he said Nick's about ready to go, and I was like, oh, it's always good. You send the guy that's the most likely to get heat exhaustion or heat stroke in the middle of the afternoon, and he sends back, it's cool out.
It was not that hot. It was 90-something degrees, but
not that hot.
So I was like, should I take water or not? Because there's only 5 miles, and I was like, I was scared, right? So I poured I drank like maybe that much of a gallon jug of water, and I poured the rest in my Camelback, and I took it and I was like, I'll just drink the shit out of this to get it down. And the whole time I'm running, like, is that me? Am I freaking out? Like, I'm getting hot. Am I getting hot? I was like, I'm not sweating. I was like, I started, I'm not even sweating. But it's so dry out there, I think the sweat evaporates pretty quickly. So I was drinking water and I was spitting it up in the air like, what's that, Stone Cold Steve Austin or whatever it is, all over myself. And drank a shitload of water, I had a great...
Hey, you smelled like shit afterwards, spitting water out of your mouth.
I had a great run. I have to check to make sure we're recording. I had a great run. Felt great the whole time. I wore shorts for the first time. And I running shorts. I love that. I'm going to do that from now on.
Really?
Yeah. Even running through those fucking brambles and tumbleweeds and everything out there. I don't give a shit. I'd rather have itchy shins than just kick around all that extra weight. But yeah, so ran, shot really well, and ended up getting 4th place overall, which was really good since considering the first time I went there was like 30th or whatever it was, and then got to 15th or 16th, and then to 4th. So maybe next year I'll do better. I don't know. It's a good course though. They had 6 stations. It was like 5-point-something miles, and cut 2 courses had I forgot what they call it, where they give you numbers and you had to make up the numbers with the numbers on the targets by hitting each target twice, and then the other one they'd give you a list of numbers and you had to shoot in order down and up, and then increase the shits each time. So if it was like 3, 2, 1, you'd shoot 3 once, 2 twice, 1 3 times, 2 4 times, and 3 5 times.
Fuck.
Dude, I was sitting there, I'd be like 3 1 2 2 3 or 1 3 3. I did it in a minute. I mean, I didn't practice. My practice of those was on my desk. I'd put a fucking post-it note down, and I was doing this stuff like, and I'd go with my desk. But I didn't get a chance to shoot between the Pioneer running gun and the Pecos running gun, which is happens every year. And every year I say, oh, okay, I'm gonna up it. You know, it's time to start shooting more and get better at my shooting and this and that. And this doesn't happen. I don't know what the deal is. Man,
It's time.
What the deal is. It's time. And
to have a family.
you got kids and shit. It was a good course, man. It was fun. Felt good. Like I said, I didn't get zoned out or anything like that. Barely walked. The only time I was walking was when I was adjusting. Sling kept wanting to slide off my shoulder. But it was good. I was hoping to see a rattlesnake on my way back, because I was like, pop this snake, I'm gonna have a good run, sling the snake over my shoulder, skin that bastard out, and then
Eat him.
eat it. Yeah. But one thing I was thinking, is kind of even before we started watching these videos, or I was watching these videos before we started, is if you think back, like when we first started doing this with Al, and he said this when we were the 10 hours we were driving, you know, we talk about all kinds of shit just because you're sitting in our car. Like, you think cows like eating hay? You know, shit like. But think about when we first started doing all this crap. Like I thought I was in pretty good shape. I had a decent shape, and I thought I could shoot well. I mean, it wasn't bad, but dude, comparing then to how you perform now is like night and day. Like those pictures of us from out in Henrietta. I mean, you look like a little kid, like a little chubby kid, and I mean, we got the most ridiculous shit on, all kinds of crap we don't need, and it's completely. I mean, I feel like too. I mean, it's a thing. It keeps me focused on. Like if I decide not to run or whatever, I'm like, fuck, you're gonna, get messed up and.
Yeah, you're gonna start to fail.
Huh?
You'll start to fail.
It's like
life
from Apocalypse Now. It's like, every minute Charlie's in the bush.
Yeah.
Stronger and I'm getting weaker or whatever. Like I seriously feel like that. That's what keeps me going as far. I mean, I would always work out, but not to the intensity level that I do now. I mean, do some cheating or whatever now and then, but I mean, it keeps me focused and driven and everything else. It feels. I just wish I could put time into, shoot more.
Yeah, I mean, because it's what do they call that? It's a diminishing skill.
People on the YouTube channel are asking about my fanny pack.
Oh, what do they want to know?
So while I am training, running or whatever at lunchtime, I was running I don't know if it's questionable or not. It's called Mingo Trail in Tulsa. There was a bunch of gang graffiti and shit on, and I ran into a couple of dudes one day that didn't make me feel so comfortable. They didn't do anything, but
Really?
One of those things where it was just kind of like, felt like I was going to have to run backwards and watch them. Watch them run away. But I was like, man, I wish I had my fucking gun on me. So I talked to Shane, and he was running on these, but it's
Hill People?
Hill People gear. It's got my, is this going to unmonetize or?
Maybe, but who cares? It's not like we make money off of this.
It's got my heater. Heater in there in case I need it. And so you're supposed to carry it with this like 2 inches open. So you can whip it down and pull this out.
Can't just, flop it out there and expect it to perform.
When I see other people on the trail, I usually just unzip a side so I can just reach in there. And I pass them out and zip it back up. But I wonder if people out there, which I run into some people I wouldn't expect to see on a trail out by themselves, and especially the fucking heat that was out there. I wonder if they think like, you guys got a gun on his chest, or if it's this kind of like we're talking like, oh, he's got his keys and his
phone. He's got his phone in there. That's what I think. You got your phone there.
Snacks and whatnot.
Your wallet and your phone.
Shane said he wore this during the winter running, and that was it. You have to step it up a notch, man.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of that. I remember him wearing that, but then he had his Camelback, I guess, on the back.
Yeah.
I don't know, or something.
I don't know. Winter running gun seems so far away, but it's just like everything else is going to be here.
Oh wait, that's winter. I was thinking this last one, the summer one, where I took second place.
Yeah. The other thing I was thinking, before I came over, I was sweating my ass off my driveway. My wife and I were shoveling dirt into a wheelbarrow, and I was, my yard goes down and then up, right? I was pushing that wheelbarrow up to the very back, trying to spread this dirt out because I got the side guy coming along.
Yeah.
Holy shit, man. Pushing that wheelbarrow up the hill full of dirt.
Good workout.
There needs to be
That's it.
Some sort of stage where there's like 6 wheelbarrows lined up full of like.
That was going to be one of our stages.
Holy shit, dude. I had to sit down at one point. I was like, I told my wife, I'm like, am I having a heart attack? I'm sitting there, of course I'm drinking hot coffee and it's whatever, 90-something% humidity outside. But it was rough.
Am I having a heart attack? I thought I was having a heart attack the other day.
What was that?
But it was just I don't know what it was. It wasn't a heart attack.
It's gas.
I think it's because I went to Colorado recently and I broke my diet.
Yeah.
And I ate everything you could imagine. Anything. Everything. Whatever it was. It was a blast. Anyways.
Where'd you go?
I went to Denver.
You watched the Denver State.
We won't even go there.
Yes. Versus the Oregon State Gators.
The Texas Cowboys.
Yeah. Did you really?
I went to watch the Denver Broncos play the Dallas Cowboys.
When you're in Colorado at a football game, do people just smoke dope in the stadiums?
I didn't see anybody smoking dope, but I saw everybody get. Dude, I'd never been to that kind of game, right?
Football game?
Yeah, like that big, like.
Were you on the 10-yard line? Where were you?
I was on the 20-yard line on row, like 7 yards or 7 seats back. So I was right on the front row, right, like right there.
How did you look there?
I don't want to say.
Did you want a drawing?
Exactly, it was Skull Bandits. I don't want to talk about the Skull Bandits drawing. No. Yeah, no, but the game was interesting though. The people were interesting. I'm a big football fan as far as like, NFL, like that. Denver Broncos are my team. But while I was there, a rain delay or a lightning delay happened in the first quarter of the game.
Everybody just breaks out pot.
No, dude, everybody just got destroyed drunk. So normally people would drink and they would be drunk, like at the end of the game. They wouldn't be drunk in the middle; they'd be drunk by the end. but the lightning delay lasted an hour, so everybody was just drinking. So by the end of the game, there was a guy in front of me that was like leaning over his seat, and his old lady was like, here's this beer. He doesn't want to drink it. I was like, well, I'm not drinking his beer. I was like, yeah, because I was stone sober, right? I drank like 3, yeah, high as hell. No, I wasn't. It was sober, and his lady's trying to hand me his beer to drink his beer. She's like, go, and
She showed you her boobs?
No boobs.
Speaking of lightning, so back to Pecos camp, I hauled that trailer down there, right?
Story.
So, the first time I ever went to that place, I didn't take anything other than a poncho liner and a pillow. And I was going to sleep in this tent with Al. Well, I got in that tent. It was like 8,000 degrees, you know, and absolutely zero wind. So I was like, fuck this. So I go out in the back of my truck. I found a T-post in the ground. I drive it in the ground, and I hook a hammock from the back of my truck to that T-post, and I set it, and it just pulls the T-post straight over. I'm like, fucking shit. So I found a bush, and I drove it in at the base of this bush because the roots, you know, were a little stronger, and it held me up. So I lay down in it, and then the wind's blowing a little bit. I'm like, damn, it's getting a little chilly out here. So I'm like, get a blanket. So I get that poncho liner out. Then the whole time it's lightning. It's just lightning, right? It's in the sky. So it starts sprinkling. And I was like, it's going to start pouring. Like, in Oklahoma, when it starts sprinkling, it's usually means it's going to start pouring out.
Yeah.
So this does that the entire time. It never starts raining, but I was like, I never once thought I'd have to deal with rain in the desert, right? Woke up in the morning, freezing my ass off in that hammock. Well, this time, about 4 in the morning on the first night, I could hear people moving around, so I'm up in that rooftop tent.
Yeah, so explain that a little bit, like what that tent is, because...
So it's a rooftop tent, so it like packs up like a Big Mac, and you unpack it, and it like unfolds like an accordion, and this sets on top of this frame about 6 feet up in the air where the base of it is. So I feel like I'm
on top of a trailer, right?
I feel like I'm on my little stoop up there, like a bird, watching everyone. And so it's 4 in the morning, and I can see Daniel and his dad like gathering shit up. I'm like, what the fuck are they doing? And you know, it's pitch black out, and I look down, and then all of a sudden the wind starts blowing, right? And then it starts lightning, and I was like, fuck. I mean, the wind starts blowing hard to the point that I thought it was going to blow me over. And so in the bottom, the downstairs of that tent is fucking huge walls of fabric, right? Like a windsail. And I only put 4 tent stakes in it because I'm like, it's the desert. Not shit happening out here. It's just hot, right? So I go downstairs, and I'm sitting in it because I'm like, well, I'll just hold it down. Plus, I didn't get struck by lightning. I ended up falling asleep in a chair, and the wind's like blowing that tent where it's like wrapping around my face. So I probably got any sleep on the first night. Second night, same fucking thing, man. It's like, if you look at the radar, it's barely anything. It's like the green and the yellows. There's no red. It's not like Oklahoma, like, it looks like it's just trying to destroy your life, you know?
Right.
It's just like a light rain shower if it was here. But it's kicking up some serious wind to where I'm in my stoop again, and I look out the window, and I can see this oil rig across the highway, and it just completely blacks out. And I was like, what the fuck? And then all this dust starts blowing in those windows, and then I look down at Al at one point, and his tent flap rips off, and he's sitting there trying to fix it, and I'm watching from my little
stoop.
Yeah. And the whole time, I'm like, God, I'm going to start my lightning. Because there's nothing out there, right? Except sagebrush.
You're the highest.
Here's me in this fucking tent, like this
tree,
watching people. Zap! Like, doing the whole...
What's that hitting?
I like lightning. So ever since I've been told a story about a lady who worked in the burn unit here in Tulsa, some lady got struck by lightning. It froze her in place at the lake. She like frozen, like screaming.
What?
Yeah.
But we had a guy that got hit by lightning in basic training. He was like, yeah. Well, he got hit once in basic training. He got hit later, and he was fine.
Like full on hit?
Blasted.
blew his shoes up.
And I mean, so like, how is that? How is it that it like sometimes you get hit? Because I've been seeing cases where people get hit and they're like, eh. But then some people are blown out of their skin.
I don't know, man. I don't want to.
Maybe it's their pH balance is off.
I don't want to be up high in a tent.
You don't know which one you are. You might be the kind that gets blown out of there. I don't know. It's not science. That's not even an educated guess or even uneducated.
But the thing is I was wondering what the chances are. So if you're in a car, you're not any less likely to get struck by lightning in a car as you would be if you're standing there. Did you know that?
Even though you're...
The only thing about being in a car is
your tires
acts as a Faraday cage, so the lightning hits it and then it goes around. But if you got your arm sitting there on the fucking window, it's going to zap you just like...
Well, wait. How does lightning work? Because lightning doesn't come down from the sky.
This is the connection, positive and negative.
Right, but it's generated from the earth.
It's just the shortest, the least resistance that it travels from the...
So, all right, now this might be a Mandela effect?
Yeah, I always heard lightning strikes up too, but...
Okay, right?
Like
so
that. I mean,
it comes from the earth up. How does that work?
It's the positive up top and the ground down below.
Yeah, but okay, so if you got rubber on your tires, then you're good.
No, that just means you're...
That means you're stopping the connection, right?
Rubber doesn't not transmit electricity; it's just a poor conductor of electricity.
Oh, so
I think anything can conduct electricity; it just doesn't do it as efficiently as other things.
So you just kind of feel like, oh, that's
like if you had a wet piece of wood, it'll still zap you.
But if it's a dry piece of wood,
yeah, I'm sure you got a high enough of wood.
So if it was so it just depends because it's 1.21 gigawatts.
Mm-hmm.
Still fuck you up.
Exactly.
All right.
Pretty much.
And take you back in the future.
All right. Let's play a commercial.
Dude, I gotta step it up here.
Mm-hmm. Bring me down. I'm going to start complaining about us.
Listen to your stories. Listen to your stories.
Now we got Caleb.
Yeah. Name one what?
I don't know.
They all left our show. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
All right,
hot zone. Hot zone.
Shame. Shame.
Yeah,
I've been
I've been shoveling, running over the hills.
Shame. All right, what do we got? Yeah, it's from Ding. Shame. I'm repeating something from Game of Thrones.
What's over that blonde-haired girl on that show?
Which one?
White-haired girl.
The one that rides the dragons?
Mm-hmm. Is she special?
Yeah.
I don't know what Game of Thrones, but I think she's hot for some reason.
Yeah. Have you ever seen her whenever she doesn't have blonde hair?
Yeah, that's pretty.
Which was strange, right? Because I'm not normally attracted to blonde-haired women.
I'm not either.
But for some reason, that girl looks better with blonde hair than she does her natural hair color.
Probably because she's riding on dragons.
And a dragon is symbolic of a flying lizard.
The devil.
The devil. So you like blonde-haired women riding the devil.
This first article comes from Huffington Post. surprise, surprise, they're busting the Trump administration's balls.
Mm-hmm.
I think we talked in the past about how officials and elected officials are almost like elected royalty, right?
Right, pseudo-elected.
Need all this stuff. Well, this is Tom Price needs private jet because he's very busy, Trump administration says.
What's that outside?
Small dog fight. So this talks about how he's extremely busy, needs a private jet instead of just using commercial airliners.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to bring this up for anyone that's like, yeah, guys, yeah. Like, hey, man, still wasting our fucking money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, for what? Wanted to fly somewhere. He flew to Kentucky so he could watch the eclipse. Like, dude, drive your ass there like everyone else if you want to see it that bad. Whoa, it's just Scott Pruitt, the Oklahoma guy, has been spending a bunch of money flying back and forth to Oklahoma. I just don't get it, man. There's no difference, right? Absolutely, there's no difference. It's not my money. I don't give a shit, so I'm going to spend it however I want to.
Mm-hmm. But then whenever you're the other team, the Dallas Cowboys spend money, then they're like,
Obama was flying to Hawaii and all this crap, and everyone on Fox News was like, Obama's just blowing money. We're on vacation more than anyone else ever.
Mm-hmm.
Now Donald Trump gets in. This guy wants a full fucking private jet. Like, well, he's really busy.
He needs it.
He's kind of busy. He's trying to make America great again.
There you go.
Can't make it great again on a commercial fucking airline.
Yeah, no.
Back of
it's not fish.
Back of station wagon. I think station wagons should be brought back.
They don't exist really anymore. You know what replaced them, right?
The minivan. An unpaceful minivan.
And the SUV. They just made them taller. That's all they did. Yeah, they did. Look, think about the mini trucks, the family truckster.
Dude.
Just put bigger tires on that. Stand it up. That right there is a Yukon or whatever they call them.
Like
a Suburban.
6 feet longer than a Suburban. The Suburban doesn't have a class as a fucking.
What's the big one?
Huh?
What's the big
the
Excursion?
Excursion.
That's
I
big.
want those too.
That's like a 4-wheel drive station wagon.
Dude, I think if you brought station wagons back,
I had a station wagon.
If you had a 4-wheel drive, low, dude, that'd be
badass.
Fucking.
They tried to do that though. Remember, they tried to do that with that Dodge Magnum. They tried to make. I know.
That doesn't look like a station wagon to me.
But they tried to make it look like a station wagon.
Shitty American car.
What's the other one that's that looks like that but not the station wagon?
Nitro?
I don't know.
The station wagon is enormous. You can lay 2 people head to head on the front bench seat.
So our
fold down armrests and lush carpet.
Our station wagon, when I was a kid, it didn't have a muffler, so you could hear it coming.
The back has to float.
But
straight off the showroom floor.
The back did float, and the back seat. So had like a back bench seat that folded down, right? Mm-hmm. So you could fold it down.
There's some serious fucking. This station wagon floats off the parking lot. We get this thing going.
You could have an orgy in the back if you want.
It's gonna help you out. It's gonna
give you that. As long as you stay in rhythm. If not,
then it's gonna throw you to the ceiling.
That makes me want to get a station wagon now.
The seat that faced backwards. The vomit maker?
No. Everybody sat back in the back though.
Yeah, you remember that? Right in the cargo area.
Yeah, and that cargo area was bigger than this table. Yeah, just the cargo area, and then it had another seat.
Dude, if I was in charge of vehicle auto making, I'd bring Detroit back to life with my ideas. We'd bring back the station wagon, the El Camino, the fucking Scrambler Jeep, the what's it called? Not Willys. What's the Wagoneer?
Jeep Wagoneer.
we get rid of all the shit like they try to do with the Ford Bronco, where it's like, oh, look at the Ford Bronco, but it's just a bunch of plastic and nonsense.
Oh shit! This is it. This is our station wagon right here, the Buick station wagon.
I'd bring velour back.
I think this was it.
What kind of fabric can I get on these seats? Velour. What about leather? Go fuck yourself. You don't want a station wagon. You need velour. It needs to be smooth to the touch and worn off in spots. Fold down armrest. Already said that. Someone can sit in the center, put their feet on the transmission hub.
Here it is. This is it right here. It wasn't an 87 though.
Lever action AC. Ice cold. Belt squealing. Smells like burning oil.
Dude, I gotta show you it.
Bring it over to me.
I'm gonna try it. It's not. It wasn't an 87. It was like an 81, I think.
I mean,
here it is.
Whatever
Here it
happened
is. Here it
to
is.
folding fucking headlights? I mean, why did that go away?
I gotta get
You got headlight. My wife's car, old car, had headlights that turned. That's pointless. I mean, they should have gone away.
Wait, what?
My wife, that Lexus my wife was driving, when you turn the steering wheel, the headlights would turn to whichever way you're turning. Yeah, like it was just annoying. I just felt like it was something to pay for when it quit working, because it was going to quit working at some point. Yeah, see, that's got style.
Yeah, ours was blue.
You imagine getting out of that in a full suit?
Ours was blue, had the wood on it, right? But the back end was
about to fall off in that picture.
The back end was jacked up a little higher. I think it had bigger tires on the back.
Put Adeleafs on it?
Maybe. And it was loud, dude. Loud. It was a little. I think it was a little older than this one, just a little bit, because it had It had more round features here.
I'm telling you, like Chevy could do something if they'd bring that back. But they can't do what they're doing, like we were saying with the Magnum. Like, it doesn't need to look new. It does not need to look new. Don't make it look futuristic.
They're already doing it. There's the 2018 Buick Regal wagon confirming dealer meeting. I'm sure it's a concept, right?
Look at that. That's not a station wagon. That's a fucking minivan.
It is a minivan.
And it's in fucking Euro trash. What the hell's a Buick doing in Europe? They drive Buicks over there?
Yeah, I think that's probably like highly sought after. Right? You wanna? Dude, this is one. Holy shit! This one is awesome. About to pull that over there.
Nah, that's too much for me. Can't do that.
Look at this. Look, it looks like it's got a face.
Looks like someone would be selling you makeup. Caballero?
Mm-hmm.
That's some shoes, Caballero shoes.
The Horseman? I don't know.
I'm telling you, it's simple.
Well, fucking Trump needs to do.
Make America great again. Bring back the fucking station wagon. Here's the thing, though, man. Is you see people on internet forums and shit all the time. They say hey, why can't I get this car in diesel? For one, and two is like, why don't they, instead of taking like a Jeep you buy now, it's full of plastic and gauges and all that. Like, whatever happened to the metal dash? Like, you remember your Jeep had a metal dash, had a fucking speedometer, oil meter. You don't need all that other nonsense. I'm sure people, the National Highway Transportation Safety Administration or whatever is like, oh, we're gonna have this much plastic in here to protect you in a car wreck or whatever. I don't the bare minimum of that crap on there, because if you could buy a brand new car off the lot that had a reliable engine, reliable drivetrain, and not a bunch of shit that's gonna break, like your fucking MAP gas sensor and your automatic heat seat, I don't need that. I need a heater core that blows hot air through it, that defrosts my window, and I could go for some air conditioning, but
maybe. I mean, I get you saying. Maybe that's what they need to do. It's like it's gonna be like that. You know what it's gonna be like? Maybe there'll be a new craze, right? Like, so the tiny home thing. Maybe they'll have like the bare bones car.
I'm starting it right now. I'm losing because I'm telling everybody my ideas.
Yeah, you've already lost. You kind of did it though, right?
Is that a new station wagon? Yeah, I heard this podcast talking about it, decided to do it. It's fucking made millions. Everyone wants old cars because all the new cars are shit.
Mm-hmm. But you know what happens is like they won't make it that way.
No, they try to make it's just like movies. Mm-hmm. Hey, Red Dawn, let's change it entirely. Call it the same movie. Like,
Red Dawn.
Why don't you just call it something else? Like North Korea attacks America and Thor fights them.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Perfect.
Like Jaws, when they remake Jaws, and I know they're going to do it. I just watched that the other night.
They're going to remake Jaws?
I guarantee you they'll remake Jaws. They just remade It.
Yeah, somebody was telling me.
It's not about like...
it's not even about
a space alien.
Well, isn't that what it is? Isn't that what it is? Is an alien?
I thought it was just a figment of someone's imagination. I can't remember what that book or movie is about. Remember the boat and then the house in the swamp? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You'll float too.
Yeah, the house out in the swamp, and that's really it.
It's a big spider.
Yeah, something like that. Big monster.
And they have to kill it.
I never was a big Stephen King fan, though.
Oh, I mean, I
read one of his books when I was on
I read some of his books. I read the Richard Bachman books, though, which were good.
It was on a 12-hour watch.
And you were...
the entire fucking Stephen King book in that. 12 hours of just non-stop reading. It was all night.
Uh-huh. Did you...
People fucking probably... ISIS and everything, offloading missiles and shit. It's like, that's a good book.
Did you like Running Man?
Stephen King didn't write Running Man.
Yeah.
I met the guy... Oh, no, that was Total Recall.
He did write Running Man.
So I met the guy that wrote Total Recall in the Navy. It's a black guy named Brown.
Who wrote the different guy? Philip Seymour
Kaufman?
Yeah. Oh, that Dick dude. Philip Dick. Seymour Dick. What? That's not it.
What?
Philip H. Dick or something like that.
Wrote Running Man?
No, he wrote Total Recall. Right? And then the guy who wrote Running Man was Stephen King.
The only reason I know Running Man exists is because Arnold Schwarzenegger was in it.
Right, but Running Man was written by Stephen King.
Are you serious?
Yes. It's under a pseudonym, Richard Bachman, I think. Yeah, Stephen King. There you go. What about Total Recall? Philip K. Dick or something like that.
You ever think we should use fake names on this podcast?
We should have when we started.
It's too late now.
Yeah, fake faces. Philip K. Dick, that's his name.
How the fuck do you know stuff like that?
I don't know. I don't know why. I know a bunch of random, stupid stuff that... I don't know. I like Total Recall, though.
Like Total Recall or Running Man better?
You know what? Oh, out of the two?
Mm-hmm.
Man. You know, what's crazy is that they're totally different, right? But because Arnold Schwarzenegger is in them...
It's like the same guy.
Yeah, it's like the same... It's the same. Uh-oh, somebody... Anna Navarro's asking what happened last week's show. Anyways, which one do you like better?
Probably... Ooh, that's hard.
Yeah, because both of them have elements of anti-establishment, which for some reason, that's what, you know what I mean? It pulls me to it. And you know what I think? I think that from the beginning of my life, I've had this, it must be a rebel gene. Right?
I don't know if that... my favorite line of, I guess it's Running Man's, like, all I see are a bunch of half-assed revolutionaries full of something and talk.
Oh, yeah.
Something, lights a cigar. That's cool, man.
That's true.
I think I like Running Man better than Total Recall. Just because I don't like fucking sci-fi stuff that much, but, I mean, they're both really good. But see, you think that too. Like when you're a kid, did you figure that's what the future was going to be like?
Yeah.
I figured we'd already have Running Man type.
I figured I'd get to wear those spandex suits.
It's funny too is that, I mean, airports and shit are almost like those scenes in those movies, you know, where it's like totally, you know, armed security everywhere, X-rays
and the way that they talk to you as if you are their subject. I'm not shitting you, dude. When I was in the Denver International Airport, and when I was walking through there this weekend, I saw some weird shit, stuff that's like above where the rail is, where they have the train, right? It's creepy. I don't know, but then what else? The way that the TSA was talking to the people after they're searching them, like just what I pictured was like, oh, this is Soviet Russia. Pick your boxes up, move them here. Don't do this. Do this. Don't do this. And you're like,
did you get zapped?
Fuck. Here's what's ridiculous is they zapped me 3 times. The lady was like, "Oh, you
son of a bitch."
The lady was like, "You just ran him through as a woman." This was in Tulsa, though. You just ran him through as a woman. I guess when
it's that testosterone.
They some titties. No, the guy was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry," and then he did it again, and she's like, "You have to push this button. If it's a man, you have to push this button. If it's a woman, you push this button." And he's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." I said, "Are you guys frying me?" I said, "I don't think I should be in here like 4 times."
Wow.
Wow. And then
fucking glasses are getting hot.
Yeah. and then he ran me through again. And then they had to search me after that. Did they put the little bomb liquids on a bomb? Do you get that done?
I did.
They got pat me down, put their hands in your pants.
I get walked. I don't have to go through I haven't had to go through the scanner with my kids. They just X-ray thing. But he's like, "Oh, you got
selected
randomly for the finger thing," and so I go over there. I was like, "I don't pick up gasoline, does it?" Because I spilled gas all over my hands. And he's like, "I might." And I was like, "Oh shit, man." Like, you can smell the gas on my hands, you know? I don't have gasoline with me, but... you know what's funny, though, is you meet some TSA people, and they're, like, decent dudes, you know? They're just doing a job, but then at the same time, you gotta ask, like, you ever question
why you're doing this?
Yeah, like, running down old ladies and women and kids for the, idea of being safe.
No, they don't question it because they're not. I don't know. They're not questioning it. Or if they are, I mean, how easy is to walk away from a job? Like, it's not easy. Especially if you're making, what are they making? Like $10 an hour? They're probably struggling. They're probably, it's not something you can do. They don't have the. So it's the perfect position for people that either it's a perfect position for people that don't question, right, any type of authority, and then it's a perfect position for people that are just like, oh, I'm trying to get into law enforcement, or and then they. It's like
I understood. Why do they search the pilots?
Do they?
Yeah, I think. A pilot wanted to bring a plane down.
I mean, all you got to do is dress as a pilot. I'm a pilot.
They got the little badges.
You could forge the badge.
I don't know.
Yeah, well, the pilot fuck it, I'm
fucking nosing this thing.
Had a bad day, but that ain't gonna stop them.
TSA. Computer just fine.
Oh, here we. So hold on. We just got a question. Did we hear about C-130 spraying poison in Houston to kill mosquito larvae and mosquitoes? I hadn't heard about that. Maybe send us some links. I'm going to talk about it next week.
Question answered.
What's wrong? Computer fried?
Yeah. All right, so this next article comes Rouhani.
Is it frozen?
No, it's going.
Okay.
This is from FoxNews.com, and it says...
You want me to read it?
It says...
Iranian President Hassan Rouhani.
Hey, this fucking computer. Yeah, go ahead. I got a white screen.
Okay. Iranian President Hassan Rouhani fired back at President Trump on Tuesday, saying his country would respond decisively if the United States violated the nuclear agreement signed during the Obama administration. Rouhani's comments came a day after Trump's speech to the United National General Assembly, in which he castigated the Iranian government for making a corrupt dictatorship behind false guise of a democracy. Rouhani told the UNGA he wouldn't threaten anyone and would not tolerate threats from anyone. I declare before you the Islamic Republic of Iran. Okay.
So, my whole point about posting this, I mean, if you would have told me 10 years ago that politicians would be trying to like legislate or be political via Twitter, fucking Hassan Rouhani has a Twitter. Iran won't be the first country to violate the agreement, but it will be respond decisively and resolutely to its violation by any party. Destruction of JCPOA by rogue newcomers to the world of politics will never impede Iran's course of progress and advancement. UNGA. I don't know what any of that means, but
UNGA.
Like, I mean, is he gonna start fucking pound Donald Trump, the real Donald Trump, and they're gonna get in a Twitter war? I mean, this is fucking real life. Dudes are talking about nuclear warheads on Twitter.
That's pretty. You're right. I mean, it seems unreal. It's their instant access to their probably the majority of people that follow it would be people that are their fans, right? Like I don't even know what we follow on our Twitter.
It's the asses. Last time I checked, nothing but porn on our Twitter. When I signed into it at work, it was like, I mean, at first it was like a giant oiled ass, and there's all kinds of stuff that we got. I don't know how Twitter works.
Yeah. But
it was showing up on our page. It was just nothing but porn.
Well, it pops up on my phone. The Twitter, the tweets that people tweet at us. But I don't go and check it, so I don't know what's going on exactly. But yeah, it is pretty amazing that you can, this Twitter is perfect. It's a perfect.
We should like Hassan Rouhani or whatever his name is, and tweet him the show.
That's probably a good way to do it. That's probably a good way to get your likes.
We talked about you on this podcast, Hassan.
Rouhani or Rouhani.
This next article is from FoxNews.com. It says, police seek, quote, mad pooper, woman jogger who's defecating shamelessly on people's front lawns.
Really?
Colorado Springs cops are hunting a woman dubbed the mad pooper who's been caught defecating in front of houses for weeks.
Does she just have IBS?
I don't know. Kathy Bood told KKTV the unidentified woman has been relieving herself in front of Bood's Colorado Springs home for at least 7 weeks. Her children even caught the mad pooper squatting with her pants down in front of the house. They're like, there's a lady taking a poop. So I come outside and I'm like, are you serious? Are you really taking a poop right here in front of my kids? And she's like, yeah, sorry. Boone
sorry?
Boone said the incident happened. Oh my God. Boone said the incident happened
at least once last week.
Yeah, she recalled catching the jogger doing her business last week. She said the woman changed up her time a bit because she knew his family was watching. I put a sign on the wall. It's like, please, I'm begging you, please stop. She ran by it like 15 times yesterday and she still pooped. So you think this lady has an issue, or do you think she's just doing it on purpose?
No, I think she's doing it on purpose. Like, I would have thought maybe like if it happens once, maybe she's just like, oh God. Like, I've been there, right? I mean, I've not pooped in people's yards,
but I've been on a run before. I'm like,
yeah,
I was just making my plan.
Yeah, we've been together on a run where I was like, I got to get back. I got to make it back.
Dude, like side clicked on here. Arkansas high school student, 25, slept with 14
I saw
boys,
that.
2 in the same night.
But she looks.
I wouldn't have taken her for a doubler. Just by the look. That's me being judgmental, I guess.
Yeah. She looks like not a very nice teacher.
All right. Next article. I can't. I'm fried again. What is this soundboard? Which one is it?
Will you wear Alexa? Amazon glasses could arrive soon.
Oh yeah, this one was for you, since you want to be a robot.
I'll wear them.
So basically, you wear them, and it has bone something technology to where you doesn't have headphones, you know.
It projects the sound into your head through your skull.
Yeah, that sounds safe. Just what I need.
It's
thoughts sent into my brain from a pair of fucking glasses.
It's through vibrations.
Anyway, I guess you wear these glasses, and Alexa's like Siri, right?
Yeah. Except
I can't
Amazon's.
imagine hearing that fucking thing talking to me all day.
Well, I don't know if you could. I don't know.
No, what the fuck's the point of wearing them if you're gonna shut it off?
Wait, what is it? What exactly is going on here? So Amazon is working on some new smart glasses that will allow you to interact with Alexa while you walk through the house, according to the new report. The e-commerce giant is working on smart glasses that will look like a regular pair of glasses on your face. However, it'll include support for Alexa, allowing you to ask the virtual assistant to set up appointments, tell you what's happening throughout the day. The feature would also ostensibly allow for all the other features Alexa delivers, including support for music playback, audiobooks, control over smart home products around your house.
Anyone that's lining themselves into thinking that they're not going to implant something in you in the future to where you can have all this shit in your mind is lying to themselves.
Yeah. Now, I don't want I want the ones that have the glasses that you can have like the heads-up display on it, so it'd be like, I'd be like, facial recognition. I know that person. Who is that, Alexa? Who is that?
The only way I would want heads-up display of is like Top Gun.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'd get tired of that too, I'm sure. If I'm driving.
Lock.
Mobius 1, Fox 2. But, I've said I never would have believed that we'd do politicizing or politics through Twitter. Never would have thought that fucking Judgment Day would have been started by Amazon and Google. Fucking online book retailers gonna end up killing you with machines.
That's not gonna kill you. Here's the thing. Well,
it's gonna take over and enslave you.
It's going to enslave you, but it's going to enslave you by your choice.
Think of that. You're gonna have it on your head. It's like Alexa's gonna be all proper voice. Like, why don't you just go ahead and end it today?
It's not gonna be like that.
Yeah, go ahead and end it. There's no point in you letting.
Matter of fact, I have an app for it.
Computers will take over.
It's not going to be like that.
Are no longer needed.
I've already got it. I got it figured out. It's going to be like this. It's going to end it through your choice. They're going to give you the opportunity.
Everyone has.
No.
Chained to their phones.
You have to enter into the Matrix, whatever it's going to be called. You have to enter into that world. So they're going to say, look at this. Here, let me ask you something. You want to live forever? Do you want to live forever?
Are you asking me?
Yeah, I'm asking you.
You're like Valeria on Conan.
Do you?
I don't want to live forever.
All right, but what about your consciousness, your soul? Do you want it to live forever?
In this world?
Doesn't matter.
I don't want to be in a computer.
Well, I'm not asking that question. Do you want your soul to live forever?
I don't know. This is like trying to pick jewelry. Like, I don't think about shit like this.
Well, okay, if you're a Christian, then you must, right?
Yeah.
Right, because of Christianity, that's the idea, right? Like you're gonna live forever.
I don't like to think about forever because it messes my head up and it makes me sad.
That's the idea, but the idea is that eternity, you're gonna live in heaven with God and Jesus and baby Jesus, whatever, right? That's the idea in Christianity, right? You're in other Abrahamic or faiths, right? The same thing. So, do you want to live forever? I can give you that today, right? Not your body, but your soul, your mind, and you'll be a creator of your own reality. You'll be able to make your own worlds.
This is like,
you see,
Total Recall.
It's nothing like Total Recall.
Yeah, because you get implanted with memories.
But this is forever.
Through what? Through
exactly. But you make that choice.
Not me, man.
You don't. No more pain. You don't feel any more pain. Do you get it?
Deal.
You get it though.
Yeah,
that's the choice that's going to be given to you. Like when you're ready to die, when your physical body's ready to die, we're going to transfer you into this.
Go on.
We're going to transfer your mind and your consciousness into this.
What do you mean we?
Well, us here at the I forgot the name.
You son of a bitch.
Exactly.
I couldn't do it. Like I figured people.
But the deal is I'm going to ask you. So the thing is like, I need to make sure that you don't. In order to make sure you're the right candidate, I need to make sure that you don't believe in any other god, right? Like, because it can corrupt the system or whatever, right? Like I don't know, and so you have to disavow any of your. I'm getting off, but. You have to disavow any prior I am your savior, right? Like that's the idea, and then you're like, okay, I do want to live forever. And look, you've already
how do you know you haven't already done that already?
I know, like we're just doing it right now, and you're and when you can finally tap into that realization of like, oh, I can control my own destiny. I can control it, and all I got to do is think good things. If I could control my own
destiny, I'd be winning one of these fucking sweepstakes.
Skull Bandits sweepstakes.
Drive around a fucking station.
2 Hummers.
You used to be somebody I could trust.
All right.
You know what I'm saying though? Like that's I think that's how I think it's gonna go down, man. I really do. I really think that's how it's gonna go down. And I'm not saying that that's what I want. What I'm saying is that. There's a well, we'll get into it, right? We got tinfoil hat next.
Yeah. Look at this cup. What the fuck does this mean? Come and go. Where in means more? Oh. That's what that means.
What?
Oh, but Come and Go's got a rewards program that you can get.
Wait a minute. Come and Go where and means more?
They got that trademarked.
Come more go?
Where the means more. Come and go.
What's
The little
ampersand?
Yeah.
Look at that sexy son of a bitch, that ampersand. No. Where and? Doesn't the ampersand just mean and?
Mm-hmm.
So,
but no one says come and go. They say come and go. Come and go.
I still don't get it.
I don't either. Where the means more.
So it just means come more go. Makes no sense.
Trademark that. Get on the rewards program.
You know what Come and Go is? It's a knockoff of Quick Trip. It's just it's a shitty version.
You remember Get and Go?
Yeah.
The red and the green and the red circle?
Yeah.
Get and Go.
Maybe that's what it is. It's a knockoff of that. But was Get and Go good? Like
candy selection.
So here's the deal: is like Come and Go, Quick Trip's great, right? Mm-hmm. It's like fantastic, right? But you go into a Come and Go and they're like trying to be good, but they're still shitty.
It's like the Walmart. Quick Trip's Target.
Yeah.
Come and Go's Walmart. Come and Go should be spelled with a C. I think they'd get more.
The way that they spell it? Yeah. Be like, where do I pay for this?
Yeah. What on the back?
Yeah. I don't see any.
Let's do the DickTarian before we go to tinfoil hatness. This is the first one. Literally has to do with dicks. It's from FoxNews.com. Man gets penis stuck inside dumbbell plate at gym. So first off,
how's that happen?
It's not a dumbbell; it's a barbell plate, right?
Yeah, that's not a dumbbell plate.
So firefighters in Worms, Germany were called in to help free a man who got his penis stuck in the
always Germans.
5.5 pound weight at the gym. With the help of a grinder and hydraulic saw, they were able to break the weight into 5 parts, freeing the man's penis. So,
what's it made out of? Now that's the next thing that I got to ask. And the reason I'm asking this is, if it's made out of, well, that's not the first. I guess the first thing is, what's he doing putting his dick in
I was going to say, like, you're in a gym.
In a barbell.
Like, damn, I'm going to put 5.5 more pounds on this. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stick my dick in this.
I'm going to show everybody I can lift this.
Yeah.
My penis.
There's no more weight on this bar for additional weight, so I'm going to just hold it with my ding dong. Now, the DickTarian of this entire thing is, if that's not enough to embarrass you, the fucking Worms Fire Department posted something on Facebook about freeing the guy. Like, can it get any worse? Like, can you bust my balls anymore? I was stuck with a weight on my penis, and now the fire department's making a post about it.
That's great, dude. Who's Katie Quackenbush?
Dude, that's crazy. I had to open up. I just closed it on accident. I don't know who that is. What's she getting charged with?
She shot a homeless man.
Oh.
Who asked her to move her Porsche, or asked her to move her Porsche last month's claim. Damn, what a bitch.
Alright, so this next one, FoxNews.com, woman found dead in gym bathroom 2 days after entering. So this lady comes to, I think it's Planet Fitness.
Oh no, it's not. It wasn't her. It was the father.
Chicago woman was found dead in the restroom of her gym 2 days after she first entered the facility. Patricia Austin, 78, entered Lifetime Fitness on July 12th and was not discovered until another woman alerted staff about seeing her feet in a stall on July 14th. An employee allegedly returned to the bathroom and knocked on the stall but received no response. The employee then climbed underneath the locked stall and found Austin unresponsive on the toilet. Paramedics were called while staff attempted CPR, but she was pronounced dead at the scene. 2 days, man, and she's trying to... Okay, so an autopsy revealed that Austin died of natural causes. An employee reporter told police that the stall may have gone unchecked because it was deemed out of order, and it was not uncommon for members to be using the restrooms while staff members are cleaning. Surveillance footage and the records of her key swipe indicate she arrived about 7 p.m. on July 12th. There's no evidence that she ever left the facility. Here's the kicker.
Mm-hmm.
Attorneys for Austin's son were scheduled to discuss the case on Wednesday. What is there to fucking discuss? A 78-year-old woman goes to the gym and dies of natural causes. Who's getting sued?
I have no idea.
Like, hey man, sorry your mom fucking vapor locked here instead of at home.
Yeah.
Luck of the draw. You know what I mean? Like, it's not the fucking gym's fault at all.
God
It's
dang,
just where
dude.
she ended up. She's on the toilet there. She could have been at home on the fucking toilet and died. You can't... I mean... Is that fucking out of hand at this point?
Yes.
My mom died. No one checked on her for 2 days. She was dead, man.
Uh-huh.
Sorry. She's on the toilet.
Nobody... Is it our...
Yeah. You want me to kick the door in anytime someone's in there? Whoa. Are you fucking dead? Oh, no.
Just
bad
constipated,
stuff.
I
Yeah,
see.
okay.
Yeah, it's no problem. What?
I do not get it. It's sad. The kid's mom died. You're not getting any money out of it, man. Fuck yourself.
I agree. I agree.
All right.
Katie Quackenbush.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see a picture of her. I don't know if it's real, but all right, here you go.
Quackenbush. Sounds like she should... Whoa. Is she a porn star?
I don't know. Hold on, here's another one. Let's see.
It sounds like someone from that like someone that should be on DuckTales.
That's what Quackenbush. Oh, this. I tried to go here. It said it was hidden.
Let's see a picture.
I'm trying. There's a. Every picture is the same one that I just showed you. It's the one with the. The googly eyes.
Where was the picture of the one that from?
Yeah, that didn't seem like. I don't know.
Why didn't she escape?
Alright, let's play a commercial and then tinfoil had it.
Oh, she's like a country singer or something.
Quackenbush?
Hold on, I'll find one here.
Is that her?
Mm-hmm.
What does she do?
I don't know. She's a country singer, maybe.
That's Katie Quackenbush?
Yeah.
She looks like she's got fake lips.
Like every one of them. Like her eyes looked like they were in that other one. She had googly eyes, right? All right. I didn't do any. I didn't read anything for this.
Yeah. So apparently the world's ending Saturday.
So I got a theory about this though. Number one, about all of these.
Katie Quackenbush has huge jugs.
How do you where? I don't see that.
Unless this is a different woman. All right, go ahead.
Anyways, my theory is this: is that so you know how we've had so many different end of the worlds, right? You remember that story, the boy who cried wolf, right?
Yeah. I remember.
Well, this might be the real wolf.
You think?
I don't know, man. Just lining up.
I've heard that this has happened 4 times in history.
What is it?
The alignment of
it happened
Virgo with the sun and the moon and Leo and all this stuff.
And it's happened. Guess when it has happened.
I guess we should tell people what it. So everyone, there's a couple.
Okay, Revelations 12 first, right?
Prophecy, whatever, Christian numerologists saying there will be signs of this in the sun, moon, and stars. On earth, nations will be in anguish and perplexity at the roaring and tossing of the sea. People will faint from terror, apprehension of what is coming in the world, for the heavenly bodies will be shaken.
Wait, which one is that? What are you reading there? What scripture is that?
Luke 21:25.
Okay. So go ahead and read it.
So 23rd is a date that was pinpointed using codes from the Bible as well as a date marker in the pyramids in Giza, Egypt.
So wait, read that one again. Just read that.
There will be signs in the sun, moon, and stars. On the earth, nations will be in anguish and perplexity at the roaring and tossing of the sea. People will faint from terror, apprehension of what is coming on the world, for the heavenly bodies will be shaken.
Okay, all right. So let's just look at that real quick, okay?
Okay.
All right. So what has happened here recently? Hurricanes, right?
Mm-hmm.
But here's the deal, though, is that
hurricanes have happened since the dawn.
That's right. And hurricanes are not. Are hurricanes happening in the Middle East? Are typhoons happening right now in Asia and Southeast Asia? And are they destroying other? Is it destroying India right now? No, it's just here in the United States, right? I mean, for the most part, right?
Mm-hmm.
But some substantial. We haven't had a season like this in a long time, probably not in the United States, right? But we had Hurricane Katrina, which was far worse, right? Wasn't it worse?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There have been hurricanes worse back before global warming started too.
Right. And so, but right now the hurricanes have fucked up Puerto Rico. They've messed up the Caribbean, right? But okay, go ahead.
All right. So this guy says that he built his theory on Planet X, which is also known as Nibiru. He believes will pass the Earth on September 3rd, causing volcanic eruptions, tsunamis, and earthquakes.
On September 11th?
23rd. For a certain branch of evangelical Christianity, Revelations 12:1-2 describe the beginning of what is known as the rapture and the second coming of Christ. This reads, "And a great sign appeared in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun, with the moon under her feet, and on her head a crown of 12 stars. She was pregnant, was crying out in birth pains, in the agony of giving birth. In the passage, the woman is Virgo. On September 23rd, both the sun and the moon will be in Virgo, as will the planet Jupiter. However, this occurrence happens naturally once every 12 years. There's also a rare alignment known as the Lion of the Tribe of Judah, which the conspiracy theorists are hanging their hats on." This is from Fox News, I'm reading. So it's obviously discrediting.
The 12 stars on her head, right?
Yeah.
So that would be that's the solar system plus what?
Huh?
The 12 stars are not actually stars, but that's the solar system. That's the rest of the planets, right, that are lining up. That doesn't happen, though, right?
It says, according to Jonathan Sarfati, the same planetary coincidence previously happened 4 times in the last millennium.
4 times in the last 1,000 years?
So as this article is obviously going against it. It says, as usual with any astrology or Christian adaptation of it, one cherry picks the stars that fit the desired conclusion. According to there's nothing to suggest that 23rd September is a momentous date for biblical prophecy. And Christians need to be careful about being drawn into such sensational claims. So, I mean, it is strange how it's listed. It says the woman will be clothed with the sun
and the moon at her feet,
and then the crown of whatever. So where Leo is above Virgo, and then it's got Mercury, Mars, and Venus, right?
Right.
It makes 12 stars.
Right.
And it ties in with the Jewish
Shemitah. The Jubilee year. Or not Shemitah, but the Jubilee year.
So that all ties in together. It's all on this weekend. So everyone's saying that that's going to... I don't know about anything about Nibiru or Nibiru.
Nibiru. You know everything about Nibiru. What is
Nibiru?
Nibiru?
Gonna show up, though?
What's Nibiru, though?
It's the planet where the aliens are on.
What aliens?
The Nephilim.
The Anunnaki.
Yeah, whatever.
Right, which is based off of the Sumerian faith, which is older than Christianity.
Was it on Nibiru?
Well, that's what all those little what are those called? Those little scrolls?
Zooplankton?
The little zooplanktons. No, the little cylinder scrolls.
Yeah.
That they talk about all the planets. They document the different planets in the solar system, and they have an extra planet in there. In all of them, in all these little scrolls, right?
Yeah.
On these cylinder scrolls, so we lay it out, and they also have the representation of man on there, and then they have a person that's like a king, right? So this is why we would justify it as they were the king. You know how like people would back in the day would justify a king looking like he's larger than the rest of people if you're trying to do it metaphorically, right? Mm-hmm. To signify that that's the king. But these people are like sitting on a throne, and they're much larger than all of the other people, right? And like I don't know. Anyways, but those are the Anunnaki, right? So that's the whole idea. Is like it goes back to that the same thing as the Enki and Enlil, right? And so they're coming back, Jack. They're getting ready to come back, and they're gonna free us. Is the idea.
Say you're standing on the highway,
and
some dude's hauling ass down the highway in a station wagon. He's going to be here, and I mean, uses the scale here. He's going to be here in 3 minutes. Mm-hmm. You see him coming.
I would think, yeah. And another thing that I would think is that if a planet is coming that close to us, it would fuck us up.
It'd fuck us up.
But we would start to feel it now, wouldn't you think?
You would be able to see it in the sky, I would assume.
Dude, I like the representation of it, though. Like Nibiru's, the way it looks.
That video that you sent me?
Which one? I sent you a video?
That video, it's got the creepy music in it and everything, and the animation. It was a good video, but here's my deal, right?
Uh-huh.
The Bible specifically says no man will know when the end of the world's happening, right?
No man will know when he comes back, when he's coming back.
But everyone's always talking about how they know when the end of the world's going to happen.
They're always, well, are they talking about when Jesus is coming back? Like, the end of the world could start at any time, but Jesus doesn't come back then, right? Like, that's the whole, that's the whole thing, right? Don't they say that?
And it also says
in
the Bible that astrology is like the same as wicked and not to engage in. So how is like using astrology as a sign of the return of God and Jesus or whatever? Like, how is that legit?
Or could be like, don't look up there. I mean, it depends on who you think the good guy is and the bad guy is, right?
But and the other thing,
I'm just saying,
talks about, you know, in the end times there'll be all kinds of deceivers and all this shit, not to be led astray by.
Yeah.
So like, if someone's sitting there telling you what, hey, like the Bible specifically says that you won't know and not to use these things that you're using, and there'll be all kinds of deceivers, like, why should I listen to you?
Well, the idea, I mean, I think the understanding is that faith has to. The deal is this, right? Because what's the Bible based on, right? It's faith, right? It's faith in a God. And what is faith? Faith has nothing to do with proof of anything. Is that right? I mean, am I wrong in that? Or I don't know though. Like, that may not be true. Faith. If you have,
it's not based on hard like evidence or anything.
Right, can't have it. It's no. Is that true? Like, because if I have faith in you, like say for instance, I got faith in you to. Let me think of something that I know that you'll do, right? But that's based off of past history of my faith. So that wouldn't be faith. That would just be. Would it be? Think about that. Like, I got faith that I'm going to go take a dump, at least.
It's not though. Faith is.
That's something that can be proven, right? Like, so faith is something that you have no tangible proof of, but you have belief in it, right?
Sasquatch.
Right. I got faith that I've got a belief that Sasquatch exists. So faith is faith in the fact that you believe that Jesus is your Savior, right? Mm-hmm. And that He's going to give you everlasting life and be your Redeemer, right? But you have no proof of that. So the Bible is all based on faith.
Speaking of faith, you know how... Oh, it's completely derailed. Let's go ahead.
No, I'm walking through it. I'm trying to walk through it. So
keep walking.
the whole idea that you're not gonna know. Well, obviously you're not gonna know. It gets to a deeper question, right? Like, so if you think that God is, so it gets to the deeper question of the whole thing is that this is like, so if God was the creator, I guess first let's do this. Let's ask ourselves. So if you believe in a Big Bang, right? Mm-hmm. So you believe that gases came together, exploded, and formed this, and you and the rest of this universe are the end result of it, right? At this point, that would be a Big Bang, right? But where do the gases come from, right? So then you have to question that, like, well, gases just don't appear out of void.
Noble gases do.
How?
I'm just joking.
Oh, okay.
I just like to use that term,
noble gases. You know what I'm saying? So then what? So then there has to be a creator of a creator, right? And it does that whole thing.
Shit, like,
and you go
before the bang or whatever. Like, what was here before that?
Well, then who created the creator?
Mm-hmm.
That's the right. It goes. Right. You can't do it. Okay. So now let's think about that for a minute. So, are we in agreement, at least we have to, in order to carry this conversation on, are we in agreement that we believe that there was a creator?
Yes.
Okay, so it doesn't matter how grand or not grand, right? We don't know what our creator necessarily was, right? Or was our creator the ultimate creator? That's like saying this. That's like saying this. Our planet is the only planet that houses human life. Right?
It is.
Is it?
Right now.
Well, do we know that in the universe?
Yeah. You can safely say right now there's no other humans in the universe.
Well,
that you know of.
That we know of.
Yeah.
But there's still a possibility, right?
Oh, yeah.
And it's faith. The faith, though, you have faith that you either have faith that we are the only ones, right? Or that there could be possibilities of others. You know what's funny? What's funny is people that don't believe in creators, right?
Believe in aliens.
They believe in other, and then people that generally believe in a creator, they're mixed. It's a mixed bag, right? You could be like, oh yeah, no, it's got to be other humans, but then some will be like, I don't know about that. It's
I don't know if they'd be called humans though.
Well, whatever.
Martians.
Intelligent beings. Let's just say that. But then it's a question of what is intelligent and what isn't intelligent, I guess. But so where I'm going with this is that
anyone past us is going to be super smart compared to us.
You mean further out?
Yeah.
Away from wherever the
origin
point is?
We could be right by it.
Yeah.
You know, like, damn, we're dumb as hell. Guys down the road are smart as shit, man.
But
that's why I suck at math. I need to be farther away from the Big Bang point.
So where I'm going is this: is that our Creator, right? Maybe, just maybe, if the story goes like it says, right? Like they have this, our Creator had created what? He created us, but he also created the angels, right? According to Christian, right? So he created angels. And what did he create? He created the angels. We're just going through this like an elementary school. Created the angels before us, correct? According to the Bible. Right?
Did he made man and his
God created the heavens and the earth.
Oh, that's true.
Right? And
so
saying
about angels.
No, but then so that's a great question. So then what? The heavens and the earth, and then he created. Was it the sixth day?
Something like that.
That he created man, and then he said, "You have dominion over all of these." Right. So at that point, though, now let's think about it. At that point, man was no different than what? Than a lion, a dog, a cat, a frog. Right.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't know of good and evil. Remember. And so, what do we got to think about there? We got to say, okay. When a lion gets hungry, what does he do?
Eats.
He goes and murders what?
Murdered.
No, he just kills it, right? It's not murder. Just kills it, right? And eats it. That's not a bad thing, right?
So you cooked up a story and dropped the six of us in a meat grinder.
Right? That's what he does, right?
Mm-hmm.
He just goes and kills it and eats it, right? And then what?
Not in the Garden of Eden, though. Everyone got along.
Okay.
From my reading of the Garden of Eden.
Right. So, well, I don't know if that's the case in the Garden of Eden.
Exist in the Garden of Eden?
I think they did, but I don't think that the idea that it was wrong or right was there, right? Like a lion could savagely eat a gazelle, and Adam was like unfazed by it, right?
A gazelle? Was it just like, damn,
a
lion.
Uh-huh.
I'll be back a little bit of something else. Right?
Well, okay, so this is just theorizing, right? That's all we're doing. But then as soon as old Scratch rolls up, tricks Eve into eating from the, tells her like, right? Well, that is a theory. Did we talk about that?
According to Asian online fucking pastor.
Oh yeah, that one guy.
You all gonna die. You all Satan children. You want to know who Antichrist? You Antichrist. Like fuck, man. The pastor fucking laughs at people for being.
Dude, that was so good. He was so happy that we were all going to hell.
You don't know who Antichrist? You Antichrist. You. Unless you have the blood, whatever he said. Like, fuck off, buddy.
He was so happy everybody's going to hell. No. Okay, yeah, I mean, I don't know about him banging or whatever, right? Like,
You tell me the fucking devil, if you were the devil, you wouldn't bang Eve? Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that happened too. But anyway, go ahead.
But, so where I'm going with this is that, so the devil does what? What does he tell Eve? He offers her free will. Right? He tells her, like, look, or he offers her, he doesn't offer her free will. He brings free will into fulfillment.
Does he, though? Or does he just bring knowledge? Because I don't think it's free will, because...
Well, she has choice.
There was nothing stopping her from doing anything.
No. That's what I mean. He enters, it's there already. You're right. It's there already. But it's not...
like she's could have said, like, I'm going for a jog. It's not like...
Yeah.
Well, you got to eat that fruit.
Right.
Go jogging.
He gives her the he ushers in the understanding of bad and of good and evil, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you think about that, like, so it did exist before. Good and evil existed before, but it didn't exist to us, right? So that means that we could just go, like, at that time, like, if you look like you were just malfunctioning over there, I'd just whack you in the head or whatever, right? And you're dead. But there's nothing wrong with that. Was that the case?
I don't know.
Like, so think about, like, an animal that eats a messed up, they're one of their own young, right? They eat it, right? We don't do that. We don't just kill our own young, right? Like that. And there's a reason we don't do that. Why?
Why don't we eat our own kids?
Yeah, if they're fucked up. Why don't we eat, like?
Not appealing. I don't know.
So, like, if a hyena dies, right? Other hyenas will eat it, right?
I don't think so.
Other animals cannibalize themselves if they're hungry?
Some do. I don't think they all do.
But it's not wrong for that animal to do it. Or is it? But I mean, cows don't, right? So if a cow does, what happens to a cow?
Mad cows.
Right.
But I don't think you're trying to put human like attributes or whatever to animals.
But I think that if you think about it, so
like, is this your grass? Like, oh, sorry, man.
Well, what I'm trying to say is this: is that as in the Garden of Eden, we were, in my opinion, I think we were like
dumb as hell.
We were more like animals. Well, we didn't have a knowledge of good and evil. So if we didn't have knowledge of good and evil,
eating our kids and fucking
right,
cannibalize one another.
So the minute that, because we ran around naked, right? But you don't see animals fucking putting clothes on, right? So the minute that we ate from that tree, the rest of man, her,
girls,
all right, and then but that tricked us, because why?
Bitch.
Why? How'd they trick us?
Son of a bitch.
How'd they trick us?
Who?
Eve. How did Eve trick us to eat that?
She lied.
What did she do?
And didn't she tell Adam that, or trick him into eating it or something?
She said, "You're not going to get any more of this
You son
unless
of a
you have some of
bitch.
this." No, I don't know.
How did she get him to eat? I forgot. I thought she just like. Well,
I mean,
bite or something.
Well, he was dumb as hell, right? Because he hadn't eaten. You got to think about it right now. He hadn't eaten from it, so she's just like, "What's that?" It'd be like tricking a simpleton, right? Like,
Somebody that could trust.
you know what I mean? Like she's already now got knowledge of good and evil.
He's over trying to fucking hammer shit in the rocks, smashed his fingers and stuff, just pooping without stopping. She's like super smart. Adam, listen to what I'm saying. Yeah.
Holy shit!
Can you imagine that?
Yeah. So now, jams that
fucking headlock. Like, God, eat this fucking apple.
Bing.
First thing.
Oh shit, I'm naked.
Yeah, give me a fig leaf. I don't know, man. I like that. That what we're talking about. I can't remember how we tied it in, but you said, oh yeah, computers, and when they become hit singularity and become supercomputers that are like super
self-aware.
From one day, they don't know what the hell the cell phone is, to the next day being able to be godlike with intelligence, and like tying that back into the Garden of Eden, where like Adam didn't realize he was a human or whatever, however you wanted to say it, or Eve. Until that moment of knowledge was given to him by the devil, that makes me think about stuff. I feel like there's so much symbology in the Old Testament that, like, I've said this before, like, how do you know? What if Adam is noble gases and Eve is noble gases? They're not humans, or they're atoms or electrons and neutrons, or whatever.
Right.
And
it's just like a poetry book written about some kind of electronical creation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get it. Though I guess where I was going with this was that the creator, right? It's separating the idea between the creator and what is, like, when you think about a creator, right? It's this all kind of being, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you get that? Do you hear that?
What was
Yes, noble gas. No, do you get that? So when you think about a creator, you get this all kind of the thought of it, right? Like, it's because it's beyond what we can fathom. But if we could fathom it, if we could understand it, if you could say that it's this, it's, and then like saying what you asked me earlier, what if you already entered into that?
Mm-hmm. Don't even know it.
And don't even know it.
Oh man, if you start thinking about creation and all that, it's like your mind is programmed not to do it. You know what I mean? Like, it just seems like it tries to shut itself.
Why would it be that way?
Seems like it tries to shut itself off from thinking about that stuff.
That's it. Why would it be that way? That's the question that you have to ask yourself. Why would it be that way? Because if we're created, then we're created with that exact, what you're saying, that exact, it's programmed to shut off when you think about it. Why? Is it the whole Truman Show thing?
I don't know, man.
Because the minute that you start getting into that if you can think about it, you're probably defective. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you're like, oh yes, it has everything to do with this, and you're like, and it's easy for them, then it's probably something.
To know the answer though up front, you're like reading the book at the back.
So is that it? Is that it's the game?
Oh fuck, man! This is what happens. Like, I'm a reflection in a mirror of undersea mermaids.
That's what you're saying is probably one of the smartest things that I haven't. I don't. Like, I never thought of it like that.
You can't know the ending of the movie
because it would defeat the whole purpose of the game. It would defeat the whole purpose of this. If you knew the ending.
Well, I try my hardest to give good
advices
on the podcast.
Now you think about that, because if you knew, you're just like you said, if you knew the ending, then what would be you'd be like, oh well, you'd be nihilistic from the start.
Always makes me question, or not question, but always wonder about that Christianity in general is if you went up and asked like the most devout person, like, you want to go to heaven? Like, yeah, all right, I'll kill you real quick. Like, no. I don't want it. Well, isn't it like paradise? Why would you not want to be there? Like, don't kill me. I don't want to fucking die. But that goes again. Like if you knew you could go and have all the riches of whatever forever. I mean, why would you not want to go there? But everything in you would say, I don't want to die. Like, no one wants to die.
Mm-hmm.
But in order to get there, you have to, right? Doesn't make sense to me.
Dude, I like this.
Can you hear that?
Uh-huh.
It's helping me.
Put your thoughts together.
I
Yeah,
don't know,
it's right. That's right. Like, so if you think of the creator like that, he's like, look, you're gonna love this.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna love this game, but I have to have a question in it that's gonna drive people. It's gonna drive you. It could make you mad, but it may not. It could just be just enough to get you through the game. And some of you will question it non-stop. Some of you will just be like, and you'll go about your daily life. And some of you will theorize on it and think you have it figured out 100% but you'll never know for sure. And so if you never know for sure, it's always going to want to keep you in that game until it's.
There's another one too. It's like, you ever wonder if the person that created this,
Mm-hmm.
instead of being so involved and so like,
They just
it's just
letting it run.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. To find out the results at the end, like, oh shit, yeah, mankind didn't make it. You know, you're looking at they come back and look at the computer screen like,
damn,
yeesh, that was
hired Donald Trump and got Kim Jong-un firing missiles.
That was not good.
Tweeting, texting, and driving.
But then the thing is then what's the point of all of that prophetic stuff, right? Like, that's the thing. Like, so if there's this prophetic business that's coming in, then why would that be even there? And put all metaphorically, right? To make you even, to like throw you off the scent, or to put you on the right path. But like, okay, there's going to be this really hard Sudoku puzzle in the game that you have to figure out.
Well, like, what is the
but
point
you'll never
of
understand
the Revelations to where, I mean, it's written so cryptically that everyone could come up with a different conclusion. I mean, you could write a straight up sentence that says, the world will end when the seas rise. People
Mm-hmm.
say, like, oh, it's global warming. And other people say, like, oh, it's hurricanes. And the other people would say, like, oh, it's flooding. You know what I mean? Like, you could have something that clear interpreted in so many ways, but when you talk about, like, the great mother will rise from the east and set in the west and do this and that and birth a child, and fuck, there's millions of ways to interpret that. And that's.
Do you remember that? Do you remember that stuff back like in the early 2000s, the Bible code?
Yeah.
And they'd be like,
dude, that's why
they'd like take math and figure out.
Yeah, like predicted the future.
Yeah. That stuff? Was it work? Did it work?
I think so. But what gets me?
Then that freaks me out. Oh, here we go. Bible code Trump. You ready? Do you want to know a Bible code?
Mm-hmm.
Let me find one here. Dude, who does this guy look like? I can't place it.
I don't know. It looks like he knows his Bible, though.
Mm-hmm. That's Rabbi Matihahu Glazerson.
You know that.
Mm-hmm. Bible codes expert Rabbi, that guy. Open a new video situation. Siri point now. I don't know. Maybe we should talk about Bible codes next week.
All right.
So if we're still alive.
Was it the end of the world, or?
I don't think it's the end of the world. I think it would be the beginning of the end. Right? That's the idea. Is it's supposed to be the beginning of the end?
The beginning of it starting to suck ass.
Yeah, more. Like you get into like it'll be tribulations. So
you fight demons and angels, or
no. So like from what I gather is it'll be like a global war will kick off, right?
This Saturday?
No. Let me see. I might have it backwards. Might might get peace for 3.5 years, right? And then
fucking hard to pull off right now.
And then a global war will kick off, and then everybody's cooked.
I'll tell you what, I would believe something's happening if Saturday everyone's like, hey, you know what? Let's fucking knock this shit off. Let's be cool.
Just be cool. Everybody just be cool.
That's a good idea. Everyone just fucking chills out. I'll be terrified at that point. Like,
but will you be terrified or be like, oh, well, it's time
cussing. Time to stop cussing.
You think God hates cussing?
Cut down on the masturbation.
See, that's the thing, right? Like, well, that's the question that I have is like, do you think God hates that? Like
hates cussing?
Yeah. Because wouldn't gosh darn just be cussing the same?
Yeah.
Because
it's man-made.
You're acting out in anger, right? Mm-hmm. That's all it is, right? So you need to cut down on your acting out in anger. But if you're just saying stuff to be funny, like if you're just saying stuff to be funny, then that's not.
I don't know.
See, that's another thing, man. Like here's another question: is like, God didn't act out in anger, or was it just pure logic? Did he smite anybody? That probably wasn't out of anger.
Cast Lucifer down from the heavens.
But was that out of anger, or was that just him being like, "Hey, dude, no, you're not me. If you want to be me, you can be, or you can. If you want to be me, that ain't gonna happen. But you can, if you don't want to be here, you can take off." So does that mean he's casting him out, or does Lucifer just like, "All right, man, I'm out"?
I can't be. That's like fired from work and saying the same thing. Like, oh,
yeah, I mean,
he's asked to leave. You're
so
still getting fucking fired.
So then that means God was angry.
Yeah.
So if he was angry, then and Satan was like, see, they could make a case.
Wasn't like,
you could make a case.
Get the fuck out of here.
He might. Well,
doing this.
You could make a case. In the story, you could make a case in that the very part where God created the heavens and the earth that Satan was the good guy. He's like, man, I want to be like you. And then God's like, no.
Maybe he was just annoyed at it, like, God, stop.
Yeah, he's
got my shoes. I've had these shoes for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
and you go buy a pair, like everyone's gonna think we look the same. Can't happen. Get out of here.
Get out of here. Well, that's it. I'm gonna ruin your favorite creation. Yeah, I see that guy and that girl down there that you love so much. I'm gonna trick him into being smart.
Sitting on a shit instead of just going. Dude, you talk about this stuff. I feel like there's so much stuff that you can just sit there and like ponder on, especially if you start thinking out loud about it. You know, like, what about this? What about whatever. It makes me feel weird. Like I said, every time I think about it.
Is it bad though to think about it and feel weird, or is it like?
I always wonder if it's bad to think about it and question stuff. Because
dude, you can't be.
Yeah, to me that
you have to question. Like, how could you not, like? You give me this brain. That's the thing. Like, okay, you either have faith, or you're questioning, right?
It's just like,
but that's the
sex
thing
and stuff, right? Like, your body is, when you're a kid or whatever.
You can't do doggy style.
Like,
so that's against.
When you're like a teenager, or, your body's releasing so many hormones. I mean, it wants like sex, and you're supposed to be like, nope, not for me. I'm on the straight and narrow here. You know what? Like, it's like trying to say like you're starving and you're not going to eat.
You could make the case that what it is actually an operating manual for you, right? Like, hey, you need to temper that stuff, learn how to figure out and hold back, and so you're just not out there fucking everything, like, because that would be you back in the Garden of Eden, just banging away. Doesn't matter. Oh, there's a tree, banging. So maybe the Bible's like, all right, Look, wash your hands up to your elbows because you're a filthy son of a bitch. You're always sticking your hand in
I haven't washed my hands up to my elbows in years.
Well, this is Old Testament. You don't have to
People
now.
scrubbing up for surgery in the Old Testament.
You can't eat shellfish. Back in the Old Testament, and
it's because of the boners.
It's probably the case.
Dude, we gotta cut down on the sex in the Garden of Eden. No more oysters, Adam. No more oysters.
You son of a bitch.
No,
I don't get in trouble by talking about all this stuff for some reason.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Like
I should be making jokes about the Garden of Eden.
Why? I think that. So here's my theory on it all: is that it's exactly what your creator wants you to do. Maybe not make jokes, but definitely wants you to question it. Like he didn't put you here not to question it, or he didn't give you this thing in your head to not question it. That's like the ultimate goal, right? But you're never gonna figure out the answer. But you can darn sure question every bit of it. Why not?
I guess we'll find out Saturday if things happen.
Like I'm on fire and you're like, oh yeah, you shouldn't have questioned.
It's my anniversary, so.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't have got married. That's symbolic. You guys got married 10 years ago on that day.
22nd, not 23rd.
Oh yeah, you're fine then. It's not symbolic of anything.
I can't wait to get some of those fucking Tecatis from that place.
Are you getting the ice cold ones?
Yeah. What's that place called?
Chilrens.
Chilrens, yeah. Dude, you know, we got a hotel room. I'm gonna be fucking wasted.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drink like 6 of those things.
I bet you don't. I bet you don't make it.
Mm-hmm. That's all I've been thinking about. Like,
what day you guys? So what are you doing?
We're going on Friday and spending Friday and Saturday night down there.
So Friday night you're going.
It's Chilrens, man.
And then Saturday, yeah. See, you won't make it.
Saturday night's like some expensive ass restaurant we're going to on top of one of those towers.
Yeah.
But
hey, where's your hotel?
We're excited about.
What's your hotel?
Mexican food. I can't remember.
Steal the soap.
Yeah. You like it or something?
Mm-hmm. And the lotions.
I'll bring it back with some ass hair embedded.
No.
You ever grabbed a bar of soap at someone and it's got a hair in it? You're like, oh god.
No, because I mean, yes, I have done that,
water
but
run on it.
I don't.
It washes it off.
Mm-mm.
Can soap have germs on it?
Yes.
How can it? It's antibacterial. Talking about conundrums here.
I mean, yes.
Can alcohol have germs on it?
Maybe strong germs.
Alright, that does it.
Yeah, we did it.
I'm sleepy. Thanks for listening to the podcast. If you're a new listener, make sure and keep listening. Download old episodes. You can find them online somewhere. iTunes as well, some other outlets. Make sure and email us show ideas at xspearheadx@yahoo.com. Like and share our Facebook page and leave any sort of comments and shit and rate us on all the podcast outlets so that we get.
Go and subscribe on our YouTube channel just to do it.
You can see the horrible video that we. Oh, runtime error.
Uh-oh.